You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange, Sierra Leone. Orange.
National Revenue Authority, Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit. Public Notice. The National Revenue Authority wishes to inform the public that deadlines for filing pay-as-you-earn 10.5% and withholding 6.5% tax returns and payments for any liability for January are due on or before 15th January 2026. Please note that filing returns and payment of related taxes should be done through the Integrated Tax Administration System (ITAS) portal. Penalties and interest will be charged for non-filing and non-payment of taxes on due dates. By order of the Commissioner General, Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit, Rensis House, 5 Gloucester Street, Freetown. Call 080-839-839. Website www.nra.gov.sl. National Revenue Authority, Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit. Public Notice. The National Revenue Authority wishes to inform the public that deadlines for filing goods and services tax (GST), 15% tax returns and payments for any liability for January are due on or before 30th of January 2026. Please note that filing returns and payments of related taxes should be done through the Integrated Tax Administration System (ITAS) portal. Penalties and interest will be charged for non-filing and non-payment of taxes on due dates. By order of the Commissioner General, Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit, Rensis House, 5 Gloucester Street. Call 080-839-839. Website www.nra.gov.sl.
Building tomorrow today with Rightmove. Looking for quality, reliability, and innovation in your next big build? Choose Rightmove Engineering and Construction, Sierra Leone's trusted name in transforming ideas into enduring structures. We don't just build projects, we craft landmarks that stand the test of time. From state-of-the-art offices and modern homes to fuel stations, water systems, and infrastructure, our team delivers precision, passion, and perfection. At Rightmove, we are not following industry standards, we are setting them. Through cutting-edge technology, uncompromising safety, and sustainable solutions, we are building a brighter, stronger, and safer Sierra Leone. Visit us at 54 Campbell Street, Freetown, or call 078399475 or 077504338. Rightmove Engineering and Construction. Building quality, building trust, building the future.
At Farmos, freshness isn't just a promise, it's our way of life. From raw and smoked catfish to kanya peppers, beignet, rice and gari kanya and natai. From premium crayfish, ogiri and fufu to smoked chicken, fresh eggs from the farm to the fridge, country chicken and garden fresh vegetables. Try our habanero pepper, gari, hot pepper sauce, pure honey and so much more. All locally produced, organically grown, harvested fresh every day, and hygienically processed. A fresher taste, healthier foods, stronger communities. Farmos, fresh from our farms to your home. Visit Farmos at 1 Fode Drive, Hill Station, Freetown. Call +232 74 000044.
Authority Online TV. We stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also now we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Where they bring this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you this Wednesday morning. My name na Khadija Bangora.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Today na Wednesday, the 14th day of January 2026. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, if you be member where the bio-led administration been come na power inside 2018, one of the first things we been do we begin inside 2019 have been for set up a commission of inquiry. We've been look at the past administration, how them be manage public funds. Also, them be find some people wanting, some people be don't pass through the commission, gonna court, some people appeal the findings of the courts, and case and the way them be done left, some cases and the way they continue, and backlog cases and the way they at the appeals court and serve the Supreme Court. We get for do with commissions of inquiry. We make inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, where they can look at the impact where the whole commission make since we then set them up till now, where case and the way still they na courts. We see Chadi when a campaign for human rights and development international. This BNTM we see they don't release a report outside and puts all the case them where them believe say still in a Supreme and appeals court where they not conclude it. Well, we can look at all of the issues and they inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Right, this and other issues them then at the Breakfast Show for you. As soon as from Mabel today, they look at the commissions of inquiry from all key member where President Bio been take power inside 2018. It been set up a commission of inquiry for look inside the Kuma-led administration, inside issues of alleged corruption, failures of governance, and then set up 2 commissions of inquiry. And after that, the commissions of inquiry then be put their reports where then be submit inside March 2020. And many appeal been still they na the courts of appeal and Supreme Courts almost 5 years later. Chadi, we don't they look inside in case they are so through the right to access information for let them go get updates. After months of delay and misleading legal excuses them, where the judiciary, according to Chadi, don't they give them partial record them, then be release them inside December 2025. And this now one way Chadi said and find alarming. So today they can look inside then cases there. According to Chadi, 38 out of the 108 COI cases them, where that's now 35%, they're not able to get record for them. And some file them according to Chadi, them be incomplete. We mean say them file there so they're not complete. And Chadi say now just 34 cases them where out of the 108 cases them now just 34 where they don't decide on inside the last 5 years. Well, we can discuss the issues there, so we can get a private legal practitioner where we can analyze and talk what in this mean for the judiciary and self-salon justice system. And also we'll get opportunity for your voice through the comment section at any of the platform the way you watch we send we your comments, your thoughts on the issues there so they can discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show this morning. At some point we'll go read on our messages them inside the program.
Right. Well, the Breakfast Show, they continue. Let we just first gonna court and get updates on what's in the happen there as we court reporter Mariatu Bangura go updates we on 2 different sittings then.
Monday, January 12 this year, Magistrate Julia Mary Blow, and the Magistrate Court number 5 don sentence one Ibrahim Maligi Kanu for go 16 months at the Male Correctional Center. For a police been alleged say, inside last year, the number 26 Ross Road Police Barrick Freeton, the convict thief 1 cross cut machine wey cost 6,000 leons, tiger saw machine wey cost 3,000 leons, and 3 hand sword machine wey all cost 450 leons, wey all in total 9,400 leons, wey this na property of Abdul Aziz Sise, wey make the convicts been kidnapped before magistrates blow for answer to 1 count charge wey get for do with larceny, contrary to Section 2 of the Larceny Act 1916. The convicts been say not guilty where the courts been read the charge to them. Magistrates blood don't say they don't look inside both evidence and the evidence where the prosecution be tender na courts and find the convicts guilty of the offense. We make and don sen ten ce am for go 16 months at the male correctional center. As all dis don dey be in a court, Magistrate Julia Merigblor don send one Bale Musa Samora na High Court for continue in trial. For wey police bin allege say, inside November last year, na Kaikamara Drive Hill Station, the accused thief 3 ship dem, wey all 3 cost 15,000 leones, wey na one Abdullahi Koyate get dem ship here. The prosecutor, Sergeant Jallo, don tender statement of the complainant, witness wey na Ansumana Amza Sandi, and voluntary caution statement of the accused, wey all been tender as exhibits na court. Magistrate Bloss say, they don look inside the prosecution evidence and the court believe say, the accused get case for answer, wey make, and don send the case na High Court for let the accused continue in trial. For Liberty Online TV, Mina Mayatu Mbangura. Inside November last year, information bin reach the public but 2 soldier man dem. According to the information wey the public bin get, na that one part dem soldier man here, wey na Corporal Joseph Lamin Stevens, bin shoot the commander for the presidential guard na Lunge Airport wey na Moses Brema Kaba for money wey dem say na $100. As all this be, Tuesday, January 13, the case come na court for the first time. Usai Corporal Joseph Lamin Stevens, tina before Magistrate Mustafa Brema Ja, na the Magistrate Court number 1. Police bin allege say, inside November last year na Presidential Lodge Lunge Airport, the defendants shoot and kill in company wey na Moses Brema Kaba, wey make tina before Magistrate Brema Ja for answer to murder, contrary to Section 1 of the Offence Against the Persons Act 1861, he played and replaced by Section 1, subsection A of the Schedule of Abolition of Death Penalty, Act 2021, Act number 6 of 2022. The defendants no be say nothing wey the court bin read the charge to am. The prosecutor, ASP Ibrahim Mansare, don say, he don serve all necessary documents to the defendants for let himself prepare in own defense, and the prosecutor bin get for ask for dates for let him go tender the defendants in statement. Magistrate Mustafa Brema Ja don send the defendants back on remand na the Male Correctional Center and don adjourn the case to January 20 this year. For Liberty Online TV, Mina Mariatu Mbangura.
All right, we continue with the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. And today we tell una say we can look at a report we get for do with the commissions of inquiry where the bio-led administration been set up inside 2018 or then be just take up governance and then be looking inside alleged corruption cases and also failure of governance. March 2020, then be pulled a report, and some party people who then been found guilty been go na the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeals. Well, Chadi don't they monitor how they sitting there they go, and through the right to access information, Chadi say them been go and able to get certain information. We inform this report, we then just pull aside then talk about how alarming the justice system they. Well, today they can look inside the issues there, how they try forget a private legal practitioner and also Chadi we pull the reports for let them can explain how they arrive at the numbers there, so and percentage them we then put inside this particular report. So if you don't follow the work which Chadi don't they do, they don't they walk around the judiciary, especially on the way how people they get access to justice. Inside December again, then be work with and court monitors them and then be pull a particular report where they talk about the status of the Sierra Leone judiciary, especially the environment, also lawyers in the work. Well, about 2 days ago, then pull another report where they talk about the cases them way according to Chadi don't delay for let them look inside them na the Supreme Court and also the Court of Appeals we get for do with the commissions of inquiry. Now this we can look at this morning inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. Well, if you say for the watch you want for the part of the conversation, send we your message in the comment section. Now any of the platform there where you watch with this morning, and also you can as well send we your message on the number +23274 200 545. We go read on our messages them later on inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. Before we come to we studio guests them this morning, we talk about, and this na a message we for just send to the SLRS you see last week on a day na different parts them na the streets try for pull abandoned vehicles. But one other major concern, especially people where they rush for go work in the morning and self school picking them where they rush for go school in the morning. One other concern would meet Liberty TV now they all get for do with the heavy traffic waking day around the Kingaman Road and also na the Hillcourt Road junction. So please, SLRSC, if you're not able for station on a traffic warden, we know say the last or talk to the director of traffic, we na Director Kaitongi, we assure we say then go try for look into that, but then complain they are so still they come. So SLRSC, please, if una dey watch or una get for watch this edition of the Breakfast Show, una try for do something about time because the traffic kicking really heavy around Congo Cross now, coming to Kinghaman Road up to Jomo Kenyatta Road and safe na the Hillcourt Road. This na concern that we don't come out from some set of people where they ask Liberty TV for pass on this information. We they continue the Breakfast Show and they can go to we major issues where they can look at inside this edition of the Breakfast Show this morning. This na Liberty TV. Continue for send you message na the comment section as we go read them later on inside the program and we guess them go respond.
All right, the Breakfast Show they continue, and we tell us today we can look at the commissions of inquiry, how far the courts don't go with the people and way they stand trial, where we don't appeal for sake of the issues here. But before we can talk to the guests them, let we just take a short break and come back and talk to the guests them.
At Famos, freshness isn't just a promise, it's our way of life. From raw and smoked catfish to kanya peppers, beignet, rice and gari kanya and natai, from premium crayfish, ogiri and fufu to smoked chicken, fresh eggs from the farm to the fridge, country chicken and garden fresh vegetables. Try our habanero pepper, gari, hot pepper sauce, pure honey and so much more. All locally produced, organically grown, harvested fresh every day, and hygienically processed. A fresher taste, healthier foods, stronger communities. Famos, fresh from our farms to your home. Visit Famos at 140 Drive Hill Station, Freetown. Call +232 74 000044.
Building tomorrow today with Rightmove. Looking for quality, reliability, and innovation in your next big build? Choose Rightmove Engineering and Construction, Sierra Leone's trusted name in transforming ideas into enduring structures. We don't just build projects, we craft landmarks that stand the test of time. From state-of-the-art offices and modern homes to fuel stations, water systems, and infrastructure, our team delivers precision, passion, and perfection. At Rightmove, we are not following industry standards, we are setting them. Through cutting-edge technology, uncompromising safety, and sustainable solutions, we are building a brighter, stronger, and safer Sierra Leone. Visit us at 54 Campbell Street, Freetown, or call 078399475 or 077504338. Rightmove Engineering and Construction. Building quality, building trust, building the future.
National Revenue Authority Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit. Public Notice. The National Revenue Authority wishes to inform the public that deadlines for filing pay as you earn 10.5% and withholding 6.5% tax returns and payments for any liability for January are due on or before 15th January 2026. Please note that filing returns and payment of related taxes should be done through the Integrated Tax Administration System (ITAS) portal. Penalties and interest will be charged for non-filing and non-payment of taxes on due dates by order of the Commissioner General, Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit. Rensis House, 5 Gloucester Street, Freetown. Call 080-839-839. Website www.nra.gov.sl. National Revenue Authority, Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit. Public Notice. The National Revenue Authority wishes to inform the public that deadlines for filing goods and services tax (GST), 15% tax returns and payments for any liability for January are due on or before 30th of January 2026. Please note that filing returns and payments of related taxes should be done through the Integrated Tax Administration System (ITAS) portal. Penalties and interest will be charged for non-filing and non-payment of taxes on due dates by order of the Commissioner General, Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit, Rensis House, 5 Gloucester Street. Call 080-839-839. Website www.nra.gov.sl.
You please get like soup.
So back Kaiba don't do am.
Yeah?
Me phone and they charge. Me also always get lights. Me picking and able for study. Me now so back Kaiba.
You dey enjoy.
I for enjoy.
Yes, so plenty Soba Kaiba don boss. Orindoku Nado, the mega campaign all over the country. When they turn all man to Soba Kaiba, just dial star 500 hash for activate the Soba Kaiba offer and talk Boku or dial hash 144 hash or use Maxit for pay with orange money anytime, any side and stand chance for win. Soba prize them every week like solar kit them. Okada generator and every month one person go win keke or they give you the power for build your life, support your family and better your community. You self can live the Soba Kaiba life.
Orange.
Hello, Barry.
Hey, Sadie, what's up?
How are you?
Samo, hook me up quick. Samo, someone will forget some football pictures for this week. I don't check all the side all day long. But I'm help me to one way I'm going for ginger and swagger for this week.
Ask Leo.
Ask Leo? Who is Leo?
Ask Leo, Sam. I did it. No, can't go to me feeling. Allow me to finish my food.
Leo will help you. Open an account, check your balance, buy airtime to pop, send money. Leo will help you locate the nearest ATM point. Leo will help ease your stress by helping you get the most fascinating fixtures. Oh yes, for our football lovers. Leo will do this and many more.
Wow!
All you need to do is save Leo to your mobile phone with the number +232 79 919 and get to chat with Leo on WhatsApp. Go on, try it now. You can also chat with Leo on Facebook Messenger by typing UBA Chat Banking. Leo is your virtual banker who serves you wherever you are with just one click away. It is UBA. We are your #1 bank for all the right reasons. For more inquiries, call us on +232 78 200 or follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at uba.sl. We are Africa's Global Bank.
All right, welcome back. This is the Breakfast Show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We can look at issues that we get for do with the cases that we still pending. We get for do with the commissions of inquiry. Well, we join Al Hassan Koma. We look inside some of the things them where the TVET don't they do as way for improve on tertiary education na salon. After that report, they will can talk to we studio guests them where they with at the studio this morning.
Technical and vocational education and training, TVET. Now, one sector where they do with general education, the study of technology, science, and practical skills. TVET, they operate in private and public educational institutions and other form of formal and informal instruction. And this sector, don't they offer courses them like ICT, computer science, cyber security, hospitality, tourism, engineering, and plenty other one them. The National Council for Technical, Vocational, and Other Academic Awards, NCTVA, where they've been introduced inside 2001, been laid the foundation for the launch of TVET inside June 2020, where they aim now for improve on the standard of technical skills training for young people across the country. This BNTM teacher them, where they teach now the tech voc institution them, raise concern, but the challenge where they not negate, forget PIN code and receive salary from government. We make the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education being give the mandates to the Council of Head of Technical Vocational Institution and a salon for do a survey we go help the ministry for know the number of technical vocational institution them and the amount of trained and qualified teacher them na that sector day. We even the talk about the survey. The National Strategic Officer for Council of Head of Technical Vocational Institution, na Salon, Dr. Idrissa Kamara, say that the Minister of Higher and Technical Education, Dr. Ramatulai Wori, being give them the mandate for do a comprehensive data collection we go make the ministry know the number of tech voc teacher them we forget PIN code.
Note, we approach government for CCA, we get a lot of challenging to we colleagues them way up to date, and they will approve the some man not get PIN code, some man even get subvention. And this is really alarming. So in that, we'll meet with the Minister of Technical and Higher Education, Dr. Matulawi, and give a mandate to get a comprehensive data collection cut across the country. Say based on that, they will come in and see how they will support with colleagues them. They will approve them and help them with some learning material. Because one of the main things is with Temple Council, we they undergo. We can do all of that in them, but based on we not get the actual support of government based on subvention, PIN code, and also we teachers will get the annual subvention they come up. This all like challenge for we. So now government on mandate, we do and as it is now. We don't start now free tour. We don't now for doing a survey. We'll make sure we get teachers then on board we qualified, forget PIN code, and also teachers that when the student qualified or we not even qualified. So that's
inside in your talk. The regional PRO for TechVoc Council Western Area, Matthias Philly, explained about the impact where the survey gets for TechVoc institution them na Salon.
This survey a long-standing business na the TechVoc Council. I thought that say for take a survey, do a survey that the entire country, because having got this database, it go help we in terms of recruitment, staff recruitment, and giving out subvention to technical vocational institution and the entire Sierra Leone.
But how it look like for teacher them, now the TechVoc institution them, we don't teach for long term without PIN code from government, they explain.
So honestly, very, very difficult for we teachers then, all over the country. They sit in the airport, they teach. And no, how tech code very, very important for we in our lives then. It's very, very difficult for we who they change it down pin code.
Because of the initiative rolled out, because we success for teach without payments, it's difficult for because several family will therefore take care of. And the love of the job make with the do this. So with the title of our government, the council, and the help we one of the people where they teach that they take vote institutions then. So make the able give it pin code at least. Let we serve we will take care of the families and we
Then Chichaya end up for call on the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education and government for ensure say then look inside the issue of PIN code for technical vocational institution them and solve them and then self don't contribute a lot to the education sector na salon. For Liberty Online TV, Al Hassan Kumar the report.
All right, welcome back. You still a watch the breakfast show where they come to you live na Liberty Online TV na the different platforms so you watch me this Wednesday morning. We tell you earlier say today we can talk about the issue we get for do with the Commission of Inquiry from 2018 to now. Plenty people you go ask where this commission work been start inside 2019. Some people been say it been get a lot of hype, a lot of noise, where because them be set say they want for can look at the Kuruma-led administration, especially how them be manage government and public money. Waiting and waiting them been do with them, the one that wouldn't be find one thing. Now that makes the one for can know us impacts all of that don't get, especially the kind public interest and perceptions then will be the about this particular commission of inquiry. We don't say names and they wouldn't be don't find one thing. Some man be don't pay in fine, some people and seize and property them, some man be appeal the judgments and will be come out in a court. Up till now, cases and in a courts we get for do with the commissions of inquiry. But quickly, just for let una know, for let we get a balanced story. We been called the judiciary yesterday for inform them say we dey do this kind program. Also we go want for let them get then self own views be heard for let them tell with them position as to waiting don't cause the delay on some of the matters them waiting at the Supreme Court and serve the appeals court. But according to the Director of Communications, when Elkas Sano, it been say they don't give them the document, but it not been printed as to the time we been call them. But it promise say we it print the documents them, it go digest them and it go be willing for can discuss on how far the judiciary don't go for look inside then cases of commission of inquiry where they before them. But that's not going to stop we for go ahead with conversation as we get chatting at the studio this morning. If you don't follow the Campaign for Human Rights and Development International Chadi, a lot of this information they now where they don't post as they may go to the commission where they follow people and get information where they need, and they don't fail not say cases then they about over 40% of them cases then they where gets big question mark. The judiciary we not on the year then still they go on with the investigations. Yeah, but today we can't talk about waiting Charlie they don't fail not and waiting themselves things in an impact we perhaps done they on this whole issue. We also get a private legal practitioner at the studio. We go for can give in your view on all of this. But at the studio, let me just welcome we guest them. We get from Chadi, when are the chief executive, we na Abdul Fatoma. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning and thanks for having me. Pleasure to always be here.
All right. So we also get now we studio with we this morning, like I tell you now, a private legal practitioner where we want for can get in certain perspective, but the impact of the commissions of inquiry, how far Salon don't come, especially where everybody knows so where then talk here they go on, then be they expect say by now for done endorsed everything we get for do with the commissions of inquiry because it's about 7 years down the line. So we want for can hear from Charlie Isgel Williams, when a private legal practitioner. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning, Liberty. Glad for there again.
It's a pleasure to have you here always. Let me just start the conversation with Chadi Abdul Fatoma. I'll just start for share first with the viewers them. Now waiting attract Chadi to the issues we get for do with the commissions of inquiry.
Campaign for Human Rights and Development International a social policy and right-based advocacy organization. So anything with a border around rule of law, access to justice, social policy issues, and rights issues, they are of concern to us. So when you look at the track record in this country, we don't do monitoring on parliament when it comes to social accountability. And we also don't do work on the judiciary, and we don't do work on the executive. So like we're not based in one arm of the government. And the people of Sierra Leone and the government of Sierra Leone in 2018 to 2020 spent millions and billions of leones just for that we set up the Commission of Inquiry. And the moment where the SLPP government take over governance in this country in 2018, then set up a committee where produce a report we then call the GTT report. So the GTT report began for born the recommendation for let them go set up a commission of inquiry we go look into the Coma APC-led administration about any mismanagement, any possible corruption. And we as a country, we use state resources for bring 2 foreign judges in. And we bring in 2 foreign judges and 1 Nigerian, 1 Ghanaian, together with 1 Sierra Leonean. We don't late now. And we continue with that within 2 years, within 24 months, and then produce the report. And when they produce the report, the one the way the Commission of Inquiry say then get case for answer, they get a right, in a democratic society for appeal their matters and they for challenge the Commission of Inquiry be unfair with them. So the AG's office, we been they coordinate the Commission of Inquiry, they later transfer them files and to the judiciary. And since 2021, some people get their own judgment inside the very 2021, up to 11 of them, pretty sure. And then in 2022, you get another 10 of them. In 6 or 10. In 2023 and count downwards. So we begin to see decline of participation in the process. That, cases and they don't stuck. And some people, they want to move on with their life, but because of them getting mattered and they before the court, they cannot move on with life or any other activities. And you're unfair. Delay of justice, they undermine judgment, they deteriorate evidence, they create anxiety. And when anxiety comes in, these are psychological abuse. So a system, your own system in the country, for subject you to psychological abuse, because psychological abuse also is a crime in this country. FSU then they record that a lot and the matter then they go for. So if your own state now subject you to psychological abuse, it should be a concern. So with that, last year, 2025, August 31st, we as an organization, we write and request for the status of all COI matters, which position with all the matters there, as notorious and disrespectful the judiciary can do for disrespect law and order in this country, them jump the 15 days requirement with the lawsuit. So then we use the same right to access to information. We get mechanism for the requester for complaint if you don't get satisfactory or you don't get any information at all. We write and make a formal complaint against the judiciary. When we make that formal complaint, them no agree for respond to that formal complaint. And under the right to access, we get right also for do review mechanism against the commission itself if they are not working properly on we request. So we put pressure under them, under the law, and then we get for come out finally and give a 7 days notice with an order that within that 7 working days, if the judiciary not respond and provide them information the way we don't request, then go use provisions inside the law for take further action against the judiciary. In other institutions, then like City Council, Bank of Salon, we know the fines that we then get, and even when they go to court. So in that process, they may get for a right, the judiciary may get for right inside November. We don't come on August to November now. Inside November, they may get for right and request for 15 days, 15 working days extension, which the law they make that provision. But the deceitful and the dishonest behavior of the judiciary. Now, for let them go quote a provision where they say pursuant to this particular provision inside the right to access to information, with a request for 15 days. When we go cross-check, actually nothing like that of that pursuant relevant provision, relevant or even available. So that's deceitful, that's dishonest behavior. And we don't contest that because we wait anxiously for the information that we don't request for. So we put that aside as one of the evidence, for show say, where they suggest say there is a high level of incompetency and inefficiency in handling the matter. So let's just conclude with this in seconds. So on the 17th December, we finally get a partial document we can to based on them. That we ask one institution, then this institution they send me to the sore border. We for go now the Supreme Court for judgment the way the appeals court based on the letter. But at the appeals court don't respond to it, and the same appeals court they ask we back that we forget interest with we for request from the appeals court registrar for let give we judgment. We don't say we they pay for all copy. It's just a matter of them tell we say now this and this the copy go cost. We ready for funder. They not do that. So 108 cases them now in the list for we. Out of that 108 cases, 38 cases according to their record where they suggest. There's no record on them 38 cases. No record. The word is no record. Then go further and tell we say 3 cases filed incomplete.
We can look inside the number of cases them and all of that on a state inside on a report. But 5 years after we this COI reports don't come out, only 34 cases don't get judgments. According to Chadi, this na total failure or na deliberate sabotage of justice.
Then they undermine justice. Then they undermine the spirit of fairness and true justice system. And then this just actually display a clear sense of incompetency, a clear sense of ineffectiveness, a clear sense of lack of capacity, a clear sense of breakdown. That's not in this particular thing suggests to we. Right? I mean, we get even the disappointment in all of this conversation is that some judgment then get date, the other judgment and they don't get date at all. How is that possible? How can an institution supposedly supposed to be very much responsible, transparent, and being accountable in all of their dealings come so low and provide an information, say judgment, but that judgment not get a date. Not one, we go say a mistake. Not 2, we go say a mistake. Several. I mean, that's disrespectful to the people of this country. So now that they make we organization request it. We need a bold, honest, and a financial commitment reform. Because over and over, every time where we come in, systemic problems and the show face, we see say case management a problem because a case then at the custody of the judiciary. The other time when I get the judiciary here online, it talks say if anybody show una say case loss, let una tell another person. Now we don't need to go through the person. Now them show we say no record no dey. Now then show we say incomplete files. So we don't need to go to anybody. Now we can go to them. And the last time, that very time, he also promised una when we will be asking about this same commission of inquiry. He said, in they go get back to the secretariat after immediately he dropped that conversation with una. And he go get back to una. I don't know if he be no update una as per that promise where them promise una. Will we listen with the public? So these are some of the dishonest, deceitful challenges that we get with public institutions. So that provoked the lack of trust and the lack of confidence in public institutions within citizens for interface.
Quickly, before we can talk to Charlie, we're a private legal practitioner. On a report say 38 files get no record.
No record. That's what they suggest to us. That's what their own information suggested to us.
Now, any country, this the amount to judicial scandal.
Yeah.
Chadi believes say somebody responsible for the missing files, yeah?
We strongly believe because the very judiciary now then give we information say 38 files they not get no record and 3 files get incomplete. Like former President Kuma, for example, we understand say from the original files and we've been going at the judiciary get 5 files. So now they don't only do with 2 of in case in matters. So one get judgment date, then the other one get judgment, but no date, no day. And Palo, in your file, incomplete. You have several other big names them, will be served from the previous administration. Either them files are incomplete or them files are not there, even on the very record. We don't do a lot of background investigation. Even the information we then provide to we, they get series of discrepancies, then not to the accurate information. So that's a clear display of dishonesty.
So that means una being reach out to the judiciary when una do all of this.
Yeah, we reach out to them when with the request for information.
All right. Continue for the
We reach out when we request for the information and they respond to it. We get the letter. The last letter we received from them on this subject. Now the 17th December.
Because the reason why I want to clarify, maybe the same way they go make themselves available to the
no,
public.
We go come.
You
We
might
go
not
come.
be around.
No, even I there oversee, I go take phone and
All
call.
right.
Then I can respond on phone.
All right, continue for the weeks. We'll just bring in Charlie Williams, a private legal practitioner. We want to forget an independent view on all of these issues which Chadi don't find out, but the over 100 COI cases them will be in at the Supreme Court and Court of Appeals. And according to Chadi, they find out in just sorry, I just want to forget the figures, right? Now, just 38 out of 108 cases, them, when about 35%, they get no record, and only 34 cases they don't decide on inside 5 years. This not Chadi the information, and we get then chief executive Naya. And also, as a lawyer, how dangerous it be when 35% of court files get no record?
Okay, so the first thing I want to say is that I'm happy for be part of this discussion. As a private legal practitioner, I mean an officer of the court. It means I'll also be part of the judiciary in one kind of way. As you say, from an independent position, now that within Chadi they do so, some people might get the reservation as to say, oh well, then they oppose everything, and then they do them for a purpose and all of that. But the truth now that we need this sort of audit or kind of public interest in some of the situations there. Mind you, in section 147 of the Constitution, that's the first section under commissions of inquiry. commissions of inquiry are public interest business. If you read that section 147, commissions of inquiry are public interest business. Whether the president thinks so or a parliament thinks so, the bottom line is a public interest. So now two things me they look at now. So I they look at the commission of inquiry itself, and broadly I they look at some of these issues where they point to the judiciary. I want first to deal with the issue of the judiciary, and then I'll talk about commissions of inquiry generally. Me think say this not term where instead of I will also be mindful say judiciary responded to this outcome of this investigation or whatever it is. But some of these issues who they is about files them will not get record, judgment they will not get date, and the number of judgment we don't see inside 5 years, all of that. I think say not a situation where we for just frown at. I think say the judiciary for able for listen to this kind of report, get down with Chadi, then discuss them and all of that, and then look at what thing go wrong and see what can happen. Because mind you, commissions of inquiry, the sort of money where we spend per annum, huge. I mean, if you take them foreign judge, then they almost tell me to pay them per month. Waiting have been their allowances and how long they take for do, then waiting the prosecutors and all. The money where we spend, which is just one thing. And secondly, as I said, a public interest investigation, people, we Sierra Leoneans, get the hope. Say, oh yes, them money them resources will belong to the state, where sometimes they don't mismanage, they don't misappropriate. Oh well, now we can know something about them, we go know what thing go happen and all. So we been get expectations.
So Charlie, in law, if courts not able to produce record, that's they invalidate the proceedings?
Well, it affect them. Like where Mr. Fatoma they talk about stalled cases. Okay, take for example, whatever happened at the COI investigation. Remember say this very section where I read, so from section 147, 48, 49 under commissions of inquiry, say the commission of inquiry are like high court. So when it make decision, it becomes judgment of high court. So now that make for appeal, the appeal in a court of appeal. So you need the records of what happened now the commission of inquiry, which was like an high court, the high equivalent of a high court, so that you go able to get the appeal now, because the process of appeal now that all what happened the court below, then they put all together, form a kind of bundle or court records, when they come now the court of appeal. Now, if problem they with that one day, how can the court proceed? Let's say, for example, the handwritten note of these commissioners not available or not complete or missing, even if one page lost, one page, let's say you be the number where you write, let's say you get a record of 50 pages and then page 50 not there. A lot of things go in at page 50. We get something for do with that case. Now, so what do you do? How do you substitute it? How do you know waiting in the day we don't miss and all? So it's a serious issue, and that is why I'm saying the judiciary for take time for look at them and engage and see what can be done. But honestly, these are legitimate concerns, I must say, and going forward, it also they provide background as to if we forget commissions of inquiry in the future, how we for safeguard some of them things here. Do we need to have documents in soft copies, in archives? Okay, so that if anything happen, we can go there and get them. But if at all you're able to get them at any point in time, then the appeal can't progress.
Most of them cases there, so we they discussed this morning within the Court of Appeals and Supreme Court, na politically sensitive cases them. If reports then like Chadi in them don't begin for come out, they talk about missing files. So if missing COI files them, then go able for use them for quietly kill politically sensitive cases.
Well, I don't want so much go into waiting go get for happen later. Let not like say they preempt anything or they suggest.
We're not waiting for happen later.
Yeah, because basically
this is just a pick.
Yes, all I am saying.
Legal practice.
Yes, yes.
You just don't explain the implication of missing files to how it unblock the proceeding.
Okay.
And most of them cases there, so na politically sensitive cases, then people always serve na previous administration.
Okay.
And where President Biobi they set up this, he say he want for know the allegations of corruption and also failures of governance. We're going forward how they take the country going forward. So it go as well be an eye-opener for the public who they watch with this morning. Let we know the implications if we don't begin the issues of missing files. So get for do the COI. And I make us say if you get the tendency for quietly killing cases.
Okay, so at least I go all the word the tendency. Remember I tell you say I get for talk about COI separately, but now I want to talk about the judiciary. I think say it's not just COI, but for any other case where they before the court. If you don't protect the records not the case. The case is the records. You know, me na defense counsel, because I do most times, me na criminal defense counsel. We go to call in criminal defense, destroying the evidence. Destroying the evidence. When you destroy the evidence, case done.
So this missing file are part of destroying the evidence.
Files get records. Records get what we call exhibits. So if exhibit is destroyed, what will he rely on? If a decision was made based on an exhibit, and that exhibit is no more available, and then the Court of Appeal for look at that matter. Remember, say Court of Appeal then get powers where they can even do rehearing of a case. So if the exhibit's not available.
So in this case, from your perspective, how you would describe the kind judicial system where Salon gets if such sensitive cases, information they come to the public say, missing documents and they for that?
Well, you see, the judiciary get a lot of people where they work there. Judges, registrars, clerks, and so on and so forth. That is why I'm saying this is a wake-up call for say, you know what? Let we not just look at this Charlie report and bash him and say, oh, it's motivated, all this. Let's sit. Remember, I tell you, say, me now officer of the court. Let we review. Let we look at this issue of file loss, document loss. This happened, that happened. First of all, how they archive. How will they get back up? What will they do with access to files? Okay? How will they access files? How then they keep them? You know, all of these things.
The same Charlie, before the year they round, then we also pull a report where we've been talking about inside the same breakfast show. So we see they're gonna courtrooms and people in case files and they inside this back then.
Well, you see, so as I say, I don't want for us the dirty linen here. Me now officer of court. We need for sit back, review a lot of things. The judiciary might also get in constraints with resources. So now I make this thing which I do, now blessing. Now blessing, oh. Sometimes we they shy away from truth. Things away for help for prevent problem for the future. We not for shy away. We for look at and say, up to now this kind of thing they happen. What till we go do? How we for protect files? Because honestly, I'll tell you this. where you don't find somebody guilty of an offense, sort of, which would talk about COI, which is basically kind of corruption allegation. And this person now want for clear name. And he can now on a court say they appeal this decision. Conviction been done there. He can now say I can't fit this. So then pull this na made because I don't believe say waiting and say but me correct. Then they say, well, cannot proceed. So the question they ask, waiting they happen to the judgment with them already passed over yet. Now that the appeal cannot go through. So not to fault that the appeal cannot continue, but yet judgment in either not clear it. So the issues are many here. So what we go say now? We go still say this person guilty, even though an appeal don't get stuck, we not to in fault. So these are serious issues where we need for sit, look at them, reflect, see how we can solve them problem here. Because if we can get backup of files and things like that, then if file loss or record come out, we will get copy of them back where we go still put in. But honestly, judge handwriting during the case, we lost. What did they do?
Now we'll come back to you, Mr. Fatoma. Then begin the judiciary instruction inside September 2023 for finished CI cases then by October 2023. Why you think say then defy their own leadership?
You see, by them you get what's this man? Justice Edward. Yeah. Yes. Now in been there as Chief Justice by the way the COI come, and the information where we get also that a memo been passed to all the judges where they on the COI panel. Now one of them don't die. So then we get 3 panels. So we're very transparent to the public and even list they all name them as how the judiciary provide them for it. All they name them, they not every information, even the spelling error them all. We put on how they put onto it. So how we publish it. We not try for do any modification. The only thing where we deal with the duration, because they don't agree for put duration. So we put the duration from this time to this time based on the dates they will provide, so we analyze the data. You notice that say the current Chief Justice now also a panel member of one of the 3 panels. And the young panel, then when you look the record we come, like they not get any even outstanding. But now the contention with the after investigation where we will verify them, document them, we will call for verify. The suggestion where we get within the judiciary circle, that even issue they with the computer, was the actual data then it's no longer functioning, then say it crashed. Then are the suggestion that what we get from them, then say the computer crash. Was the actual information. And then we're able to get a message, this memoir will be circulated to them inside September. That within the 1st of October to the 21st of October, all the COI cases for close. So every other judge will put other matters on my side based on that message we'll read. All other for actually put aside and concentrate on that once and for all, then dust and close that particular thing. Then within the acting Chief Justice in own time, a suggestion also that within the judiciary say no single COI matter not the way is supersede or we done under in own tenure. Then a suggestion from the judiciary. But based on the record where the judiciary present to it, during that in your time, now 4 matter, now in them preside over. 4 matter, now in them sit down and decide judgment. And then coming further, under this Chief Justice, where him been the part of the panel already, a whole 1 year, now only 3 cases based on the information where the judiciary give it. And when you look at their own side, now most of the file they also lost. And some other panels and they will get more judgment, will not reflect on the information we then provide to we. So we they wait for the response, wait and say no record, and now they say they don't see the record. So then people then we then be done. I mean now then they in anxiety. Although we appeal the case, they come back, a normal, see, until the appeal decide otherwise. So, but however, like we Israel say, the fact that say the lower court don't say you guilty, then now, even if you the individual now you go pay for the loss you file, it still disadvantage you. No way, no the way you get advantage. Because that record always there. Now, when the court give you that clean bill, say, you don't get no hands. And the law where they apply to you, they don't apply appropriately. So without the, you don't get no case. You will go free, like how you been there free, where them be alleged and bring you before court.
But waiting on a not now really the issue. Now the judiciary where it come to, then record and the way then give accounts, say some of them they not see them. Is it that systems not in place where for do properly then get people and documents them set aside, and anytime when the case they come up, they make them available, or now a deliberate thing from somebody in part for protect person?
I cannot say yes to the last one, but the other two I can say yes to them. Waiting exactly the evidence where they present to we they suggest a system failure. A failure in a system. This that the judiciary we don't clamor several times. Radio, television, online, even on the writings them. How they don't do reform, they don't digitalize. And now file, then they report. Now then self they report. Not to somebody they report to. And then they present a report say, we get missing document them. We make files incomplete. Then we get files that we will not get no record for. So then are them. So now make we say the evidence we them provide to we, they suggest say the judiciary inefficient and incompetent and lack capacity and get case management problem. That the evidence we them provide to we they suggest. Nothing beyond that. And like you rightly say, the previous program we've been get with now, where we put out with court monitoring report, we see a clear evidence again, a use race bag with the number race, don't pull it by cup, go cook them, the empty one. And then go take people case file and they put them. They go take used plastic bag, also new one surface, take people case bag. This why. I mean, this is a very serious. It's painful. Then put the case file and like Israel been talk in law, it's more criminal law, criminal matters. Small waterway drop or liquid drop for that paper, a disfigure, just one word or one sentence. You don't reduce the element of the case where you, the prosecutor, wait for proof beyond reasonable doubt. So in a sense where you create an iota of doubt, the judge cannot persuade with that your presentation. So now he make in advanced country and country the way respect case management. Now the first thing that you digitalize, you say you don't digitalize a library. Where you cannot digitalize the T-way make, then they pay you. Case management.
The whole cloud will be there around the whole commission itself from where it starts.
Millions of dollars.
So the money we're going to the international judge them, the international people and we come look into them cases and we'll be there before them. We reach now the judiciary. We una go for do una own investigations them. Una see that kind same speed na the judiciary path for ensure say waiting really people in need at the end of the day, when the justice or the salon money where the government will believe say people and thief, then bring them back. Una see that speed na the judiciary.
That speed not visible at all. Because when you look at the new record with them present with upon request, 2024 4 case, you go over 40 something case pending. They only sit on for 4 case and decide 4. 2025 3 cases. Even though within themselves a notice they will don't come out back in 2023 say let them all the judges that will sit on that matter, let them put aside other cases and put priority on this because already we've been on come up from 2021 to 2023. So then you look at the whole system failure we then get because the evidence we then provide with it is suggest a system failure. Now that's the evidence we then provide with it suggests. So with that, clearly, Nahimik will ask for let government do a bold and honest reform. Or reform that place with a bold and honest. For be sincere, we would say they do reform. When they do water wash reform, we do that water paint, whitewash. Immediately rain cow, you wash your pan, you spray, the water for the wall, then you see the paint all done drop. That's not a reform. We for do a reform where they stand as a legacy. Not a legacy for media attention, not a legacy for fanfare.
So the accountability part of what government they say make them they set them or let people be accountable of what them been do. They're not able to achieve them up till now.
No, government not able for based on that evidence, government not able for demonstrate any sense of seriousness towards accountability. No sense of seriousness the government. Now reckless behavior, how they handle this whole matter. And that the evidence they suggest.
You don't talk about high level corruption, don't they reach high level? You dey try for say some judge then don't compromise?
What would waiting like I say in the statement where the statement quote me. In a case where you get a judge, a magistrate get bribe, then definitely the justice for that very matter has been undermined. So when you look at the Sierra Leone judiciary, the Sierra Leone police and parliament, public perception reports then don't show we say. Then 2-3 institutions there. Then they felt which one they will become first, second, third. The race, whether this year go come first, or whether they can second, or whether they can third. And even if they somebody pardon or 3 maintain third, they say at least we better will not move. These then be moved from second and don't go number 1. They celebrate it in this country. We don't see that. So that's a terrible sign for we as a country. But then these are things we require a deep investigation for if the government is really serious about accountability and the government be genuine for look into the previous administration, the corrupt activities, the known record, the missing document in the 3 files, and the no accountability for the other files then. Government will do an independent, like way the judiciary say, they don't do that Kwango tribunal for, bringing somebody on the tribunal where have been convicted for corruption. Then you say for be part of, somebody for investigate somebody for misconduct. It's a clear, these people think, government think that they can take people for granted or as a joke. So if really them be serious, now we need them for put seriousness about the mystery around the no record, the disappearance of information from the 3 files, and the non-accountability of the other files.
But the question now, before I come to Charlie,
yeah,
where I go ask, and I sure say a lot of people who don't they follow the work of Chadi. Not to today, when I begin do reports them where they talk about the issues na the judiciary. But every 2-3 months reports come out. In fact, more issues una the outline say worse than what una been pulled. the judiciary really they take una serious or some of their issues there won't they pull out?
Based on the attitude towards we, it's like the attitude they suggest say then get malice towards we, because then they both say that they respond to other organizations the way they write them, but if we write them disrespectfully, they will not acknowledge it, they will not reply. The president, when the president, if it's Chadi right and the president of this country don't respond to letters and respond to the issues that we will raise about the Sierra Leone workers. The Sierra Leone workers themselves ain't go tell you. Since we then start the campaign, the moment we call the Minister of Communication, we not agree for comply and pick we call and respond to messages. We now know that say the next level is to the president because I appoint him. We wrote a letter to the president. He responded. Also, a chieftaincy situation, like a particular district, and a chiefdom, where the paramount chief suspend the speaker, the section chief, will write letter to the president informing him about the national security crisis about that side. The president responded by constituting a committee between the Office of National Security and the Internal Affairs for look into the for let them bring and out. So we don't. Not today no more. We don't hold the executive arm of government accountable several times. We don't hold parliament accountable several times. We don't hold the police accountable several times. We don't hold the military accountable several times.
Some of them questions. Yeah, the last time we discussed that other reports we tried the poll in December before we shut down for the holiday. We wanna talk about a courtroom. We wanna find out. We see you gonna the judiciary, the official Facebook accounts now. You will see a surprise visit where, according to them, the Chief Justice make na the Pademba Magistrate Court, and according to them, he express satisfaction, but waiting Ingo CD. Where that directly they go contrary to waiting una bin can show the public.
You see, one thing, media stunt is not a projection for publicity. Media stunt is not a projection for publicity. The actual publicity is bringing the tangibles, right? The visibility within this country. This was the same Chief Justice made another surprise visit last year to the same Panemba Road. When it came out, it talked to the media, right? Live on social media. It talks say the fans and the ACs and all the work inside the courtroom there, the place hot. And the conditions not conducive even for the magistrate them, and litigant them, and the lawyers them where they go now then courtroom them. Then after that, it motivates with court monitoring. Because if a chief justice can diagnose in your own situation, an independent organization is able for zooming. So that particular visit and in utterance will give you more motivation. We write them letter for showing how the process and procedure go there, for make we go get accreditation if there is any, if there is a procedure. Or waiting at the courtroom language then and go one for let we court monitors them, even though now law graduate them, go be adhered to. They not do nothing. We write a follow-up, they not do nothing. So we went ahead and did our study. We now pull up. This man will say the fan they not been there in good working condition, the ACs they not the work, the atmosphere are not conducive. No minor or major refurbishment not take place at Panemba Road. They may come out and say, "I'm satisfied." Satisfied with failure?
All right. Will they come back to all of the issues there we they discuss, the public go see them very alarming, and it go continue for blood and perception we can to the justice sector, especially for let somebody get access to fair trial. And don't they the issues there as to coming from Chadi reports repeatedly, especially when it comes to the issue of missing files. And now then they talk about COI cases that were supposed for make people them way being the engagement corruption and the last administration become accountable. Now then go now the appeals court and Supreme Court for challenge the reports of the COI. Then case file them according to Chadi it don't missing. The allegation they all the from Chadi, it violates anyone per them people there, then constitutional rights or rights to fair hearing.
You know, before I answer that question, me brother make a comment say if even now the subject of inquiry now do something we make the file loss or document loss, that still no help them. The way we they look at them is different because that person does not work in the court. That person they not get nothing for do with the administration of the judiciary. So if na true, say that person in influence for let something happen, it will not show. And the judiciary na for take that blame.
So legally, would I be responsible for keeping file there?
Now the judiciary, now the system, now that every panel get registrars, the judge and the registrar and the registry. Most times, files are kept in the courtrooms. Sometimes files are kept in the registry. But the custodian of files, except when the judge take the file for do whatever, whether he withdraw them for ruling or he withdraw them for do a kind of interlocutory ruling or something. But whenever the judge not use the file is with the registrar. And the registrar is safest place for keep file now the registry. So you not get nothing for do with the person where them bring na court. You not get handy. So even if safe, it facilitate for let something happen, as I say, it will not show, it not go get that blame. At the end of the day, now the judiciary, and that make us say the judiciary gets staff. Not only judge them, you get workman them, you get security. So this issue of access also, who that they access? Who that they access? Who that they access file? I mean, who side they keep them? Who that they go there? And all of that. So for me, not to an aspect of say, oh, for shy away or we for vex purpose, no. Let we do something for protect. See there, it will be you. We don't see a situation where even after a judge they retire, we don't see a situation where then they get kissed the way they come to court for land, for other things. Now that you're a retired judge, you will be in the seat on case. Now, case. And so quite recently, I see one senior member of senior citizen we don't serve Sierra Leone at the legislative arm. I see get case na court and they attend court. So this nothing that will for value we protect. Today you will get the power and you they decide and all. Tomorrow for you then go they decide. So if we get it right now, we go find for we all.
So back to my question.
Yeah.
This violates the people them we're gonna the appeals court or Supreme Court.
Yes, because
for interpret the report or the ruling from the COI. It violates the rights to fair hearing.
Yes. If I get case na court. No, the reason make I take me time, as I say, the judiciary no commented on this issue. And that make when I understand say them for attend, I've been glad because I wanted to hear.
The director of communications.
I understand. I understand. I be one for read and sigh. I want for know what them they say. That is why you see I'm taking this kind of care. But the truth is, if you don't say I don't thief, and you don't hold me guilty, and now I come for appeal me case for. Remember I say some people don't appeal, we then don't allow their appeal, meaning they succeed. So if you been a thing say, oh na thief man, oh na this, court don't say no to two. Now you get the other one, they will self come for the same thing, like court say no to two. Now they cannot proceed. Tell me no. And the judgment previously still there. We say you guilty. And you property or whatever, where them be don't seize, still there. So how do you break through from that one? Without the judicial process, you cannot just say, okay, well, because this appeal not go through and files not there or something missing, so well, they take and say you're not guilty again. So it's really, really disturbing.
With waiting Charlie then Fenots and the revelations them way Fatuma don't talk about this morning, including the files them where they don't see, don't loss. When the whole commission itself been starts, plenty people believe say it's a witch hunt for the one them we been there in governance because of the mad rush we been happen, the way everybody been just there here and there. They talk about this commission. Here we are today. They discuss issues we get for do it. Court system where the judiciary in an arm of government. Then they give information to the public from Chadi, for example, say parts of the documents are where then they look into with all the money where government spend on this. They're not able to see them. People and they where they name them, they don't go public, alleging say they thief government's money. Some man they don't appeal. Say now they never forget judgment from the appeals them where they can go to courts. The government of Sierra Leone as a whole been really serious with the commission of inquiry.
Okay, so divide that question into two, because the government in seriousness with commission of inquiry and now dealing with the judiciary might get some disconnect. For me, I believe say if we get strong anti-corruption commission, we really the work and they get the resources and the manpower for work. I know to think say certain issues then for work commission of inquiry. ACC able to deal with them. Because see,
how you go describe the current ACC where the country gets?
The ACC they pursue opponent more than people in government. We don't see situations where they expect some people waive them for prosecute, then say the trade and do not meet the threshold. And so then go therefore want then do administrative penalty. So that is what I'm saying. You no need for go take a foreign person for kind of commission of inquiry. Because see the twist now. After all that 2 years of commission of inquiry, you saw end. Also end. And so now see, now I make us say this is serious issue. Say for example, somebody where them be found guilty, or where they make adverse decision against, now don't come to court of appeal for appealing matter, and then court of appeal disallow the appeal, and this person gets Supreme Court for go, and then within that process, whilst it go Supreme Court, records loss. So somebody might widely think, say, okay, this person now because then see say he get the potential for let win the appeal. Now make them don't disturb in case file. Somebody can, because you see, I've not discussed the issue of the politics around COI. People go get all kind of interpretation. So say, oh, now because then she say on appeal, this person for the winning appeal. So for let them stop the process, now I make them don't finger in file. Or now I make something don't loss. Or now I make it get incomplete. I mean, politics in Sierra Leone, we all know. Now I make we not forgive the opportunity for let people play that politics around these issues. And if, for example, we don't make all the noise about commission of inquiry, oh, they don't thief, we then go account. Now you see people in appeal, they win their case. So if this will be localized and say, well, ACC will now look into this matter, sometimes enough will be not get all of their situation. Because for me, I'd imagine with all of this issue of the COI, we see even how the investigation go. Somebody they tell you say I claim up motorcar, I watch it out the compound. That's why I will determine this or that. So all of those things. So for me, this issue of whether we serious about certain things, anything for me where politicians in the lead, na salon, I get me reservation.
So, Charlie, you think, say, the Chief Justice or the Legal Service Commission for investigate some of the issues there?
Yes, yes. If it get for do with judge, the procedure they for investigate that. If it get for do with a staff of the judiciary, procedure they for investigate that. But honestly, I don't go want let happen to me. For let something happen to a file, me get case na court, then me file. I mean, first of the didn't talk then they file laws. But in this 21st century, for you talk like that, file laws. No, it's not good.
Mr. Fatoma, when I don't they talk about the issues there so repeatedly, I asked you earlier, but we not see no proper investigation or the judiciary come out and announce say we they do a thorough investigation for no the root cause of this problem which Charlie repeatedly they point finger per we say we know they do the right thing and because of the issues that they happen, people know they get access to justice. You think say if the judiciary not try for clean the system or not try for clean the name, Salon as a country don't reach that stage for consider independent international audit?
I mean, we already did at that stage. Even we tripartite, we begin for decide among ourselves as a citizen of this country. Say we need international players that we will come between we as a moral guarantor.
Well, that's not trust issues.
Yeah, that are the trust. So the same trust issue. So like now, when we look about internal investigation and disciplinary, you can no longer trust the judiciary based on recent records. Justice Momoja Stevens, the judiciary pull a communication informing the public that said they don't place her on suspension for disciplinary measures, right? And they reinstate this man back without a clear communication to the public that he has been reinstated. And the thing where they may want for discipline about, they don't find no evidence, they don't get no implication. But then tell we say in conduct and what itself they bring this dispute to the judiciary. So with that, and they set them aside for investigator. This is very judiciary. Now get back to it. Issue within forgery of signature with a Supreme Court registrar. Then they investigate that matter and suspend the people there. Some are on salary. Up to now they receive salary. It's over 6 months. No update to the public. We don't get no clue. Past maybe the individuals that will get involved, how anxiety then they, even maybe like why I don't talk about this, how the heart go cut, or somebody now they listen, we don't call them. If Fatoma just make mention. And then another allegation come in, the master and registrar interfering with people that will go to court, the money way for set aside. An allegation come from the lawyer and complain. And then they say then investigate the matter and later send this matter to ACC. Since then to today, this very judiciary, these are recent things. They're not able to tell we any aid about this thing, but some of these people are still receiving salary, if not full, but half salary. Who is at the losing end? We. You don't need for work in this country for let you pay tax. The fact that they buy items in this country, then they deduct 15% of your GST. So that GST then now you tax. Now goods and service tax then handy. So you they pay them money then they deduct them money then they from your hard won labor, and then people there where they play based on the evidence where they suggest it. They're very reckless, irresponsible, and inefficient, and incompetent. in dealing with this matter, it will be every Sierra Leonean concerned. The fact that you dey buy anything within they deduct GST. Not say not to within a government, not to we party, let them try this. That try day, where would they try day? The fact you buy cement and deduct GST. The fact that you go buy, you go to the restaurant that you eat, then deduct GST. You buy lapa, then deduct GST. You buy television, then deduct GST. Now you money would they take pay them people there. Where the evidence now, where then they provide the suggest is not capable
Earlier,
for management.
I asked, say, if you think, say, Salon don't reach another stage, outside, then for do international audit on the judiciary.
Oh, yes.
How dangerous this situation for democracy when the last hope for justice way in the courts, people not trust them?
The dangerous side of it already exhibits after 2023. The reason why even make we get tripartite, that because of lack of trust and lack of confidence in the judiciary. Because the opposition say we cannot file a petition in a court we already know what in them go do. And the recent experience is this: 10 of the members within a parliament, the court order remove them and replace them. So with that vivid experience, then say if we get a genuine case, we might not. Look at the other case where even ECSL go with the whole confusion now going on when a chairman for district council then die. They can't do no by-election. Nobody know where the deputy go. The record where HRMO get for them, and then they pay them, they cannot pay them as the chair, even though somebody don't let them know now take that person in place. ECSL go with the case. The very judiciary look at this case and will award something will go bring chaos. So even within state institution to state institution, you see dissatisfaction. So let alone you remember that man, that businessman we get 25 years last year. Now this year don't make 26 years he get case. A businessman get 15 years last year. This year they make 16 years. They wait for a court ruling, wait for make the one owe money for PM so in business go survive.
On the COI still, how you go describe the silence of the executive when they start all of this? We don't reach out to a stage where another arm of government they handle them. We know they are nothing. Pass, like for example, where Chadi bring this again up.
Well, the good thing is that we get different players in democracy, institutions like Liberty. That one a song I can sing silently. I like them so much. Fearless and carry things for let the people they know. If we, the civil society and media, genuinely not bring things and we want for collapse this country to the attention of the public, we vote for government.
Because
and for let that public they put pressure.
In this COI.
But now, the people that will vote for this party, where they now in governance, yes, when are the public and the one they don't vote, they don't get knowledge, still will be high. We together, civil society, the media, don't bring that awareness. So as we talk now, we might not know how many government offices they monitor every bit of words of this conversation. And mind you, Liberty is not a lightweight media in Sierra Leone. Even when you look independent, survey them. You look at 3 years, Liberty don't come, and then within the first 3, high view media and trusted. If you know how many media this people they go talk careless things about certain people, but they never go IMC. So the fact that say credibility there among the institution, and you get a wider view, and that institution they respectable when they say something is a concern. Why do you think when we write the president they respond? Not because they know saying a credible and respectable organization at the country. So if we come out with things like this, then the voters are well educated about it. Come on. We empower every citizen for hold them then leaders then accountable.
All right, don't come to you, Charlie. Waiting the judiciary for do now at this point, if they want for regain back then credibility, we don't they be questioned repeatedly by perception surveys, reports from institutions like Chadi. At this point, what you think say the judiciary for do for regain back this trust?
Simple, honestly. The word reform, once people begin see them, then begin feel them, and the people are now going to talk, say, it don't change, oh. Things don't better, oh. So it's all about reform. It's all about reform. And me go advise, not only the judiciary. You see, this thing can do with the media. Like say, oh, use the media, let we propagate a particular position for sure say, oh, we good, we dey fine, we're doing well. That is not good. It's not. Because if you propagate, if you project yourself one kind way using the media, and then the reality still they look you so. At the end of the day, instead of you get gains, you get a bigger reproach. So for me not lost confidence in the judiciary at all. Trust me, because the day where they lost confidence in the judiciary, and I go there again.
What are your office?
And I practice. No, I get beaucoup thing for do. Yeah. Me na accountant, me na teacher, me na so many things. But because I still get confidence in the judiciary.
But so the question now is,
una
way na lawyers them. Why una not challenge then delays there na court or na the system they block una?
Well, it depends on which position you dey as a lawyer. Say for example, we get Silum Bar Association, we get Lawyers Society, we get so many other people like Chadi. As a lawyer, independent as a practitioner, I might not have that power and resources for do things. Like what in Chadi do, so for do a whole investigation. As one man, I may not have that resources for do that. However, remember I said the lawyers they also are part of what they go on so in terms of representing clients in the SOI. Yes.
Now the system they block itself.
Oh well, that's it. Because until you wear another you put on another cap, that's when you'll be able, for example, under Bar Association or under the Lawyer Society, we can move reforms and advocate on issues and things. For example, if you see what in the Lawyer Society they do now, anything where the constitutionality get questioned, where the rule of law gets, we they put with voice there, not so. So what do they expect now that you were there on the other side when you are called out or questioned, come for discussion, come for, let we look at them, say we know waiting for do and how for solve them. But if you not listen and you not willing and you think say you sabi everything, then the collapse will come.
So now that they talk about missing files of the COI appeals cases and the appeals court and Supreme Court, and these are corruption trials. Who's judicial presidents, as one call them, right? President or president, where this go set for future corruption trials?
For me, I'm afraid safe-led all this thing not be true. Because as I say, I
so
still
question Charlie.
No, what I mean.
It is the court that gave us the
So I'm saying I want to hear the judiciary making comment on this.
You expect anything positive from them?
Well, it's possible. Say they might come up with something we go explain
why this
or what thing they mean, where they say incomplete, or because we want to be clear. Because not us joke till they talk about so. Assuming say na true say somebody appeal cannot make progress from whose side they so right now. There you be don't serious.
Nothing where they able fix.
That's what they say. There you be don't serious. You don't confiscating property based on the first decision. And some people they don't even say enough for take part in a public office for. Then I come for appeal my case for say no, waiting and say not true. Then I cannot proceed. So what you have to do?
So whose kind precedents?
It's dangerous.
This they set for future corruption trials.
It's dangerous, and in fact, it is show you the road where in the future some people might want to also use the equator body word precedent. And that kind of precedent, a battle, a dangerous. So somebody will say, okay, me I don't worry self I wait. So where is that inside? We file something go appear with her. It's not good. It's not enough good for you.
Is the Chief Justice really listening? Because there's so much where they go on, where campaign questioning some certain legal decision, where even then they take.
Honestly, it go be unethical for me for answer forum. But me go put on this way. Not only for listen. Sometimes now for engage. Look, them country the way get war so right now. Palestine, Israel, Russia, Ukraine. You dey hear about peace talk, dialogue, negotiation. People should be engaging.
So that aspect's missing at the judiciary.
That's a thing because I don't get experience. Our society we don't make series of what is it called, request for engage, for talk. One day they know encourage we.
So it's this go make one go the one that say if salon still they governed by the law.
So for me, if you fail for engage, like for example, where Charlie don't do this work, so I guess they send on to the judiciary. I don't know, but
we request the information and we state the purpose.
Okay. So after the report, did you like send it to them?
No, we're not sending to them because they know they ever respond.
Okay.
So
well, yeah, but from what you say, so for me, not only the judiciary, any other institution, engagement is good. So until then, they even solve before it come out. A public. We need for engage. Sometimes somebody when I outside, I go see something where you were the inside, not go see. And sometimes you were the inside, sometimes not see them in the light where the person where the outside see them. But when we engage, when we dialogue, we're able to solve problems. But if you're not interested for listening to the other side, engage them as to what they think, you gonna make mistake. You gonna make mistake.
You might be in a very difficult position.
Definitely.
Because you are a member of this particular judiciary.
Definitely.
Which they scrutinize now.
Definitely.
And we self put you at the hot seat for asking tough questions.
Yeah.
But Chadi believes say the judiciary being quotes non-existent section of the Rights to Access Information Commission Act for ask for extension.
Okay.
This na misconduct or fraud?
Well, some statements the person go make way do knowingly, and then you get statement we person they make.
Brief for them.
No, I'm just giving you a situation to say I can make a statement where I know. From the time they make the statement, say, a false statement. I know that. Like, for example, a lawyer go in a court, he tell the judge, say, my lord, pursuant to section 24 of the Criminal Procedure Act, now he make some judge or magistrate say, counsel, do you have it? Can you read it? Sometimes people do that. So if you make a statement where deliberately you know from the time they make and say, not correct, now they tell they make people resign overseas. where you lie or you make an untrue statement.
Question of integrity.
Integrity. But if you make a statement, for example, you wanted to write section 21 and then somebody in the type and they write 24, that is what I'm saying. When you engage, these are things you can clear up. But if you don't engage, then that's a problem. So, but if you make a statement where you know from the onset, say, not correct, then it's serious. That's integrity.
All right. Chadi, what you go say to victims? Because we'll call them now victims because they file them no missing.
Yeah.
Then go appeal na the appeals courts because they don't agree with waiting come out from the COI. Now people are like former President Kuma, the Paulo Contes, we just make mention of na victim of then kind thing there wait or happen and then still they wait for justice 5 years down the line. What you go see to people them like the one then they wait and files them I don't missing now.
Currently, a lot of them possibly they go through a lot of emotional stress, anxiety, also the flowing. And when I look at the biasness of even how the whole process done they take place, because you look at some people and they within 12 months then get their appeal either set aside or then say you get something for answer, so come and can defend, come with your lawyer. And then some then inside 36 months and then inside 40 something months and then now 5 years, then the other one then they still and mind you, people then they don't they part of this process, we don't die, they're not able to foresee judgment. We don't die, they're not able to foresee judgment. So some people then they we get struck in this process because like Charlie B said, they go confiscate their homes them because the asset commission when they do raid on all them property them. So they go and even grab them property that you don't want money, you just lay them and can say this and COI be don't say government for repossess this. Come on, yeah. If we say, oh, the appeal still, they will go appeal, where the appeal come, we'll go hand that over to you. Then they become homeless. So then your system that the country where them born that fail them. And this system repeatedly don't fail we. With non-direction civil war we lasted for 11 good years, right? We're not able to give any direction why really we need that war. One of the principal things the way the investigation come out with what we do the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, discontentment of citizens, issues around social justice. The criminal justice system failed them. And now, constantly, persistently, repeatedly, will they get a whole situation. And side away will they make effort for correct the errors and they forget we're on a track as a country we believe in democracy. Now, based on the evidence where the judiciary provide we, they now suggest say there's high level of incompetency, high level of case management failure, high level of ineffectiveness, even in the corresponding. The errors are so grave to a point that they bring a serious disgrace to the country. I mean, the judiciary represent the country, and I made them call it the judiciary of Sierra Leone, not the judiciary of Madabio or SLPP. It's the judiciary of Sierra Leone. So it belongs to us.
For fix this, based on what I don't fair not. What would you advise them to do now moving forward?
Moving forward, I make organizations say they need a bold reform and a honest reform, not a water wash reform. You just want that before one social media camera for let them say, oh, this don't be, they will pass around, it pop up the newspaper or flyers. None of them kind of I do thing and they a serious, bold reform. We serve the field the reform, right? And they need a financial commitment from the central government. For far too long, always open any report, we they bring that side in. Where you be a bencher, now a isolated opportunity. Parties and the way they attend. Because you go attend one party, not till you get control of the invite. Somebody they were there before you for a matter, and I'll go meet up another party. Then the lawyer way there for the other person go can't object to say you not get right for sit down for that case because you've been there in a particular social gathering of them people then they. So you limitation is very, very high. The public scrutiny against you is high. So now you make in other countries then they look after the magistrate and judges them highly. Here you get judges that will not get motoka since when they don't appoint them. Some they're not even 5 years. They don't get motoka. You get magistrate them we not get motoka. For let they even get them fair allowances now challenge, then they use them personal motoka. In an instance years ago back, a magistrate they wouldn't be assigned upline at the east part of Sierra Leone. A motocar breakdown, people the way they go to appear before and then get a lift. Now when they reach, now they know say now this man here for cantina before they not be know and himself not be know them.
All right, Mr. Fatoma, quickly, love just messages them where people don't send. And I would read from YouTube, Abdullah Lukule. They say, my question is whether those files or documents were maintained in a digital format in addition to the hard copy of the document, or if the judiciary relied solely on the hard copy.
All right, we look at more messages on the Facebook page. Gassimu Fofana said the individuals who were in charge of those files should be responsible for the missing files or any discrepancies within those cases.
David na YouTube, they say, wow, these are serious issues just within 5 years and a very small number of cases with a specific commission set up with the aim of fighting corruption, which shows how important these cases are.
All right, we look at small messages. Abubakar Isgal say, no matter what they do, accountability will surely take place in this service of government.
Wow, this is really serious. Sorry for our nation. Upon all the brag of this regime, corruption is more than the population of Sierra Leone. This now from James Musa Kaguna YouTube.
All right, we look at small messages. Khalil Silvanos Hadin say, I don't want to totally agree on what Mr. Fatoma is saying because the judicial representative is not there to clarify. But my concern is specifically on Samara Kamara's case after election. We didn't hear the outcome, whether he was guilty or not. Mr. Fatoma, do you have any clarity on the outcome of that?
All right, the last hour I take now from David M. Tolley. He said, let's imagine what must have happened to other case files for the past 10 years. This is really a call for concern because the judiciary holds high esteem when it comes to credibility and fairness.
Mohamed Janet said the country lacks system. No institution is better than the other. Allah help us. All right.
One from the messages, then they now we'll end this conversation. And I see many people, they send in compliments, say the conversation very educative. Well, that's liberty for you. They bring all sides to the story, and we on short say we bring issues of public interest because this is not a public media platform and one of the most credible digital media platform than so far based on various surveys and reports where they come out. And of course, now one of the media houses that we get the highest grants for public interest media. So we will continue for bring on the issues. We will continue for look at hard topic them way una the public wants for a reform. Many thanks to two studio guests them, Abdul Fatoma of Chadi as always, where they probe into the judiciary of Sierra Leone and bring reports of the issues them where Chadi believes they know they happen right na the judiciary. And we private legal practitioner Israel Charlie Williams as always available or can give in your opinion and interpret relevant sections. And it's all get for those issues we get for do with the Constitution. Now, one of the legal practitioners, the way we always on the call and they make himself available. One for say many thanks for the time and also for always answer to the call of liberty. Now, through them collaborative efforts here, we all go able for ensure say Mama Salon go before and will continue for speak to power no matter the issues where they come around and through the day. But we'll continue for stand firm and do the work for push Salon go before. Many thanks to the entire team of Liberty TV, the production team, the technical team, where always the support we for bring various programs them through Liberty TV. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a good day.
And of course, like we've been saying earlier, when the judiciary is ready for response to them concerns here, we will definitely get for bringing come to now, because when we've been contact them, say, we they look at these charted and reports, the Director of Communications, El Cassano, been stated to win at the phone say, it actually be don't get somebody need for print the outcome and tell the public exactly waiting in at the outcome. With the hope say, sometime by today then go down print and it go make himself available for can respond to all of the concerns them we don't discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. Until then, have a good day.
At Farmos, freshness isn't just a promise, it's our way of life. From raw and smoked catfish to kanya peppers, beignet, rice and gari kanya and natai. From premium crayfish, ogiri and fufu to smoked chicken, fresh eggs from the farm to the fridge, country chicken and garden fresh vegetables. Try our habanero pepper, gari, hot pepper sauce, pure honey and so much more. All locally produced, organically grown, harvested fresh every day, and hygienically processed. A fresher taste, healthier foods, stronger communities. Farmos, fresh from our farms to your home. Visit Farmos at 1 Fode Drive Hill Station, Freetown. Call +232 74 000044.
You please get light soap.
Soba Kaiba don't do am.
Eh?
Me phone and they charge. Me also always get light. Me picking and able for study. Me na Soba Kaiba.
You dey enjoy.
I for enjoy.
Yes, so plenty Soba Kaiba don boss. Oridoku Nado, the mega campaign all over the country. When they turn all man to Soba Kaiba, don't die and star. 500 ash for activate the Soba Kaiba offer and talk Poku or die and ash 144 ash or use Maxit for pay with orange money anytime, any side and start chance for win. Soba price them every week like Stola kits them. Okada generator and every month one person go win keke or in they give you the power for build your life, support your family and better your community. You self can live the Soba Kaiba life.
Orange.
Building tomorrow today with Rightmove. Looking for quality, reliability, and innovation in your next big build? Choose Rightmove Engineering and Construction, Sierra Leone's trusted name in transforming ideas into enduring structures. We don't just build projects, we craft landmarks that stand the test of time. From state-of-the-art offices and modern homes to fuel stations, water systems, and infrastructure, our team delivers precision, passion, and perfection. At Rightmove, we are not following industry standards, we are setting them. Through cutting-edge technology, uncompromising safety, and sustainable solutions, we are building a brighter, stronger, and safer Sierra Leone. Visit us at 54 Campbell Street, Freetown, or call 078399475 or 077504338. Right Move Engineering and Construction. Building quality, building trust, building the future.
National Revenue Authority, Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit, Public Notice. The National Revenue Authority wishes to inform the public that deadlines for filing pay-as-you-earn 10.5% and withholding 6.5% tax returns and payments for any liability for January are due on or before 15th January 2026. Please note that filing returns and payment of related taxes should be done through the Integrated Tax Administration System, ITAS portal. Penalties and interest will be charged for non-filing and non-payment of taxes on due dates. By order of the Commissioner General, Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit, Rensis House, 5 Gloucester Street, Freetown. Call 080-839-839. Website www.nra.gov.sl. National Revenue Authority, Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit, Public Notice. The National Revenue Authority wishes to inform the public that deadlines for filing goods and services tax, GST, 15% tax returns and payments for any liability for January are due on or before 30th of January 2026. Please note that filing returns and payments of related taxes should be done through the Integrated Tax Administration System, ITAS portal. Penalties and interest will be charged for non-filing and non-payment of taxes on due dates. By order of the Commissioner General, Public Affairs and Tax Education Unit, Rensis House, 5 Gloucester Street. Call 080-839-839. Website www.nra.gov.sl.